What's going on, guys? Greenlight Fire Station 7. So obviously you can tell we're getting some snow out here. So I think today would be a perfect day to go over some Greenlight DOT plow trucks and some other plowing equipment that I've made. So here you go. Alright, so we got a couple trucks and some equipment that I want to show you guys. Some of it's Greenlight DOT, some of it's Greenlight Fire Department, but they're all plow truck related. So, first truck on the list is the first three I'm going to show you guys has some custom stuff. The rest of them, actually the first four I'm going to show you are custom. The rest of them are not. So, first truck on the list is my 1/50th scale first gear Kenworth TA80 dump truck with a custom plow on the front of it. It's Greenlight DOT plow truck. Truck 10. So this plow is custom made by me. This was my first attempt to make a plow like this. What I did on the truck was I used the pin hitch in the front to go ahead and make a mount for the plow. I had some really small wire, well, not really wire, but like a, I guess, metal wire. It's the same stuff that I used to make the cab guard on Brush 8. The same exact thing. I had a whole bunch of it, and I just cut it down and bent it, and basically made a little connection for the plow right there to go through. The hole drilled in it for that pin to go through. And then the plow itself is just some styrene that I cut. I used some Hot Wheels car axles to make plow end tips. This one broke off when I moved from Florida to Connecticut, so I glued it back on, but this one stayed on. Put GL for Greenlight on the plow. I added a flap in the front here, as well as the blade. The flap here just keeps snow from coming back up and getting all over the windshield in the front of the truck. Other than the Greenlight DOT writing on both sides of the truck, everything else is stock. If you guys are interested in this truck specifically, I can do a big review on it, just so you guys can kind of see some of the features. It has wheels that turn left and right. They do roll. The hood does fold open. Obviously, it won't stay all the way open because the plow is in the way, but you can actually, no, it does come all the way open. There is some clearance for the plow, so you can see the motor in there, as well as the bed does dump that high, and tailgate does open, which I want to eventually look into making some sort of salter for this, or spreader for this truck, but for right now, this is what we have. Okay, the next vehicle on the list is my Cat 930K wheeled front loader with a custom box plow on it. This again I made out of styrene. I basically made these when I was in Florida, getting ready to move up to Connecticut. It was in the winter time. I wanted to put together a couple snow trucks just in case we got up here and there was another snowstorm, or next winter, which is now. We can have stuff for the snow. So this is a box plow that I built out of styrene as well. Basically just cut out a rectangle piece of styrene, added in some wing tips, put some brackets for them in there, put a blade on it, which you can see is a separate piece, painted this all black, and then basically took two pieces of styrene, shoved them into the loader front, so to the blades so they were tight, and glued them on there. So when you hook this in, it actually goes between both of them and stays in there pretty good. Obviously, the plow or the bucket does come off as well, which is not what I was trying to do, but that's okay. I was actually just trying to raise it up and down, but I haven't moved this truck or this vehicle in a while, so the cylinders are just a little stiff. But with that being said, now that I got that, I can actually lift this up and almost go into full tilt with it without it. Actually, I can just about go into full tilt without it falling out, just like that. So you can go ahead and you can come in and come up, obviously how these would be as they would be chained into the bucket, and you just come through and plow and put everything in. Okay, next vehicle on this list is my Bobcat 753. Now the truck, the Kenworth, the 930K wheel loader, and this are all 1/50th scale. I also made a small box plow for this as well. It's basically just a lot smaller version of the same box plow I made for the wheeled loader, but this also same thing. You can raise it up, turn it, and come back. Obviously, it's not something you play with, but you just put it in there, and then you can come down with it. It's like that. You can plow sidewalks, parking lot areas that are a little small, you can't fit a big wheel loader in, stuff of that nature. It's kind of the same build, so I put the end winglet tips on the ends, brackets. This one doesn't have a separate blade, I just painted it black. Obviously 2 pieces of styrene to sandwich the loader blade into, like that, and you just come through and plow with it. Okay, next on the list is my custom built flatbed that I built. This truck is a landscape truck. So this truck consists of a bunch of different vehicles. So this is the chassis and cab of an Erdl Ford, like an 02 Ford F350 pickup. The bed off of an Erdl double rear axle, like Ford F650 flatbed that I cut in half and glued it on here. The bumper's off the pickup truck. The toolbox here is actually off of a toolbox off of a Real Working Rigs International Workstar dump truck. The fuel tank and the fuel cell in the back is a fuel cell off of an Erdl Peterbilt 379 truck that I cut up. The plow is off of the Greenlight Ram Charger, which is in the Greenlight Fire Department. It's the old Battalion 2. The plow came off it and I put it on this. The stacks are made out of styrene tubes. The antenna is a Hot Wheels car axle. And then this is an Erdl trailer with an Erdl front loader. This is also, I think this is 1/64th scale front loader, or skid steer. This is a 320E. This loader would be for clearing sidewalks. This would be a setup that would go out. This truck would plow driveways and whatnot. This guy would clear out sidewalks and stuff of that nature for commercial use. I'll take a better look at the truck here. This is the truck here. Yeah, I built this one in high school, so I just kind of put red marker dots for the rear bumper. And I actually rebuilt this truck once I moved to Connecticut. I put different wheels on it and stuff. So there's that. It's a cool little plow truck. Just kind of something cool to have. Just kind of part of the fleet. Next plow truck in the fleet is one you guys have seen. This is Greenlight Fire Department Rescue 8. This is a Greenlight Chevy 3500 mechanic body with a plow on it. I picked this truck up because I needed another utility body truck to make a rescue out of. Obviously, I put utility brush body in the back. The plows on these don't come off, so unfortunately I can't remove them in the summer and put them on in the winter, so I just leave the plows on all year round. But this is that truck. This truck also helps out plowing the fire department areas, the ramps, or the aprons, as well as Greenlight Fire Department does a service where if you are somebody that may be elderly or unable to clear out your driveway, you can call them in, and for a small fee, they will plow out like your car or whatever. They're not going to plow your whole driveway, but they'll plow some of it to allow you to be able to get out of your house and stuff of that nature. Also, if we respond to a call in the rural area of Station 8 where the roadway has not been maintained, whether it's a private roadway or DOT hasn't gotten to it, this truck can plow a path for Squad 81 or any of the brush apparatus. When it snows real bad, Brush 8 actually is the main response engine because it is four-wheel drive. Okay, and last but not least, these are not part of Greenlight anything. These are just two more plow trucks I have in my fleet. This is a old school Chevy, like an 88 Chevy C7500 snowplow removal truck. This is highway maintenance truck by Matchbox, but originally it was a Chevy. I think they lost the license to the Chevy. For any of you guys that don't have these or looking to get these, I don't know if they're around anymore, but your plow move both ways, and you can actually pop your plow off, and in the summertime you can have it on your layout without the plow on it. I have another one of these that's one of the old Chevy ones, but I was going to chop up that to make a plow for that blue Erdl truck that I showed you guys a couple trucks ago, before Greenlight was ever a thing, before I knew what Greenlight was, because Greenlight's only been around for several years and their plow trucks are still kind of new. Now, last but not least is the International Real Working Rigs Oshkosh 6x6 snow plow highway, or excuse me, airport snow plow. So it's got a lot wider of a blade on it. The blade has wheels on it, and you can see it turns left and right, and it also raises up and goes down. This used to be a lot tighter of a fit, but obviously this had some usage. The bed on this truck does dump, and the tailgate does open. So, alright guys, thank you for tuning in. That is my snow removal collection. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Greenlight Fire Station 7, as well as comment, rate, subscribe to here. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in.